When sharing the gospel today, do you ever wish that you had some sort of advantage like the one New Testament believers had back in the day? Do you ever wish you had some sort of advantage, especially when the gospel sharing moves into a gospel discussion and you want to convincingly prove that the gospel message is true? Back in the New Testament day, a few had, I'll admit, for a relatively short period of time, a few had what could easily be argued as the greatest advantage for sharing, discussing, and proving the truth of the gospel message. Back in those few New Testament days, they had the advantage of the physically resurrected Lord Jesus Christ standing right there next to them. How could any unbeliever have successfully argued against that? How could that not have been the greatest convincing proof when sharing, discussing, and seeking acceptance of the gospel's truth? Now, because we don't have the physically resurrected Lord Jesus Christ standing right there, right next to us today, when sharing, discussing, and seeking to prove the gospel, are we disadvantaged? Did God leave us just a little bit high and dry? Did God leave us just a little bit blown in the wind? Are we left to share, discuss, and convince all on our own as some sort of personal battle of wits? Some of us, understandably so, become intimidated at the thought of this. Now, I certainly don't want to discredit the benefit of some of the certain current apologetic strategies, like bringing up the empty tomb, but you're still left to your own native skills to make that a convincing proof, and nothing could have been more convincing than the resurrected Lord Jesus Christ in the flesh standing right there next to you. How could it not have been? Well, God, as always, is good to us. He has not left us all alone, high and dry, blown in the wind, when sharing His gospel message. He hasn't commissioned us to our own debating devices. He hasn't plagued us to potentially heated battles of wits, spitting wars of words. What He has provided us when sharing the gospel, discussing the gospel, and convincing others of the gospel's truth is the subject of this short series of lessons. We'll begin learning about our new advantage, our new helper, starting in our next lesson.